This is the best floor general point guard build in NBA 2K25 for Rec and Pro-Am. So we're going to start with 6'2", 165 pounds, with a 6'4" wingspan. And make sure to watch the video because I'm going to be talking about the cap breakers and where to put them to make this build really OP. So this is really like a floor general Rec Pro-Am point guard build. Can really do it all. And we're going to kind of get into showing you what that looks like. So we'll go 86 speed. We'll start with physicals. We're going to go with a 76 agility, 43 strength, and a 65 vertical. Really, this is just going to tie into your speed with ball in order to move it up. Now, speed with ball is now just for the ball handling aspect of the game. Your speed is your off-ball offensive movements, and agility is your defensive movement capability. So keep that in mind when you're building these, that there are differences now. As you can see, when you go to agility, the badges that really pop up are on-ball menace, pick dodger. Now your shifty shooter does tie into your three-pointer if you want to get that, so you're gonna have to have your agility at a certain level in order to unlock those higher levels of shifty shooter. I'm not gonna be focusing too much on this, but in general, just know that your speed, like I said, off-ball offense, agility goes to defense, and now your speed with ball is just tied into speed with ball. I think they kind of did that just to fix a few things. So go to finishing. I think people will be pretty happy with the finishing with this build. We're going to go 70 close shot. We're going to go 80 driving layup. And then one that I think I'll get a lot of good feedback from is you actually have an 85 driving dunk. And you could make a few changes here if you wanted to get to that 87. Really with this, you could even stay with the threshold of going lower, in my opinion, to like, you know, the threshold of the bronze posterizer. If you can get it to 87, maybe you're thinking this is too high to not just get to that threshold. When you build this build out, you'll see that there's quite a few points left over, and it seems like driving dunk is the best area to put it, even though you don't get that next posterizer. So keep that in mind. We're gonna go stand dunk 46. You do get a stand dunk animations with this point guard build. This is really good for really high level comp players who, if you get in the paint wide open, you can get right on the rim, stand dunk, high drive dunk. So in general, this build does have good finishing, like really good finishing, and we don't really sacrifice too much in other areas, in my opinion. With shooting, we'll kind of talk about it, but pose control will go 35. And then now for the shooting, we're going to go with an 84 midi. We're going to go with a 94 three-pointer. We're going to go with an 80 free throw. So shooting wise, you're going to get all gold badges with the ability on some of these to get them to maybe Hall of Fame or Legend. So for your first, when you get your cap breakers, you're going to add +2 here. So you're going to take 94 to 96. So you can go through, kind of see you're going to get Hall of Fame Deadeye. You're not going to get Hall of Fame Mini Marksman. You'll get Hall of Fame Limitless. You're going to get Set Shot Specialist Hall of Fame. So you're not going to get any legend shooting badges, but I don't think you're going to need those just based on what I'm seeing within, you know, it being a few days of playing the game and seeing people play the game. 80 free throw, you should be able to make your free throws, hopefully. I heard they did tweak some of the free throw stuff, but you'll be fine with the free throws. Playmaking, we're going to go with an 85 pass accuracy, which is much higher than most guards are going. We're going to go 95 ball handle, and we're going to go 91 speed with ball. So pass accuracy, really just that threshold, as you can see, to get bronze bailout. We want to be able to, if we start to take a bad shot, pass out of those things. I think 85 is really going to be the fine line meta of being a really good Rec Pro-Am guard with that bailout. Now again, if that's not really your play style or you don't want that capability, then of course you could lower this a little bit. But just with the speed of passes and things that I've seen, having a high pass accuracy is still gonna be really viable. Ball handle 95, just hitting the thresholds of usually all the best dribbling packages. Now, one thing you would love to get is the Hoff Unpluckable, so if you could figure out how to go one more higher, you can do that, but I'm not worried too much about it. Maybe you throw your +1 there just to make it Hall of Fame. And the speed with ball, this is the next big area, just with how ball movement is, or dribble movement. I would go with your other cap breakers. We put 2 on three-pointer, put your +3 here with speed with ball, get this to Legend, or use your +1, get lightning launch to Legend, and then you can throw your +3 somewhere else. So two kind of options here, but that lightning launch Legend is going to be really good just based on with just the movements that I've seen. Now we'll go to defense, and again, area that might surprise people. Interior, we're going to go 46. Perimeter, we're actually going to go 83. Steel, we're actually going to go 91. So as you can see, and then with the rest of this, you'll put it on, I put it on block, but you could put it rebound, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to up one block. You could do offensive rebound twice. So defensively, this build is really good. You have silver challenger, you're going to be able to contest, you got silver pick dodger, bronze on ball menace, so you're going to be able to guard the point guard a little bit, or other guards. And then defensively, you do get gold glove, you get gold interceptor, so you're gonna actually be able to get steals. Like, this build really has no weakness in my opinion, but of course, like, your physicals aren't like insanely great, but again, you're a point guard, so you're gonna have the ball, your speed with ball, and you get that to the legend lightning launcher, you're gonna be moving really quickly. You shoot really good, but it's not like on the elite level. But again, if you're a really good shooter, you should be able to make your shots with a 94.3, and you can dunk the ball really well. So there are some areas maybe people don't want gold glove, they lower that, maybe get your 2 driving dunk. There's a lot of ways to kind of adjust this build to see where you want to put things, just kind of based on your play style, or maybe in kind of like what your team wants. But in general, a lot of point guards I'm seeing are, you know, really one-way focused, whether it just be really good shooters, maybe they're more of a dunking guard, but this one is really well-rounded in general when it comes to every area that you see. The vertical, now some of like the hidden badges that are in here, nothing too insane, but again, like that shifty shooter is going to be hard to get to that next level, just because of the badges that it takes to get there. But you do get the 96.3, so you're going to be able to get it to the Hall of Fame, which is really good. And that, again, depending on the strength of that badge, you could throw the +1 and get it to the legend. So there's a lot of areas where like this build does get a lot of gold badges versus, you know, 1 or 2 legend badges, and other areas you don't. So hitting that 87 threshold for driving dunk, if you were to adjust this build, as an area probably to like focus in. But in general, I don't think most people are going to be able to adjust this enough to get there, because if you go one more lower with this, mini marksman is not a badge I would suggest losing. And same thing with the ball handle, you definitely want to try to hit that 95. So if you're going to lower the build, maybe the pass accuracy, maybe some of the defensive stuff, and then maybe you can get your driving dunk just a little higher in general, just to see what it can do. But again, if you're a floor general point guard, you want to be able to kind of control every aspect of what you do. You want to play a little defense, maybe you guard wing, especially if you're going into solo rec. This build is going to definitely be able to give you every option and weapon that you need to be effective. So this is my personal point guard build. This is the one I'm making. I just created it. I'm playing a little bit of my career, about to start playing Pro-Am and stuff, so this is what I'm starting with. It's gonna be my first build I get to 99, and then we'll adjust from there. So with that, we'll get into the name and the shades of. So we get Kevin Johnson, Darren Fox, and Damian Lillard. And our build is going to be called a shot creating 3-level threat. So that'll do it for this video. Make sure to check out all the other Prem and Rec builds I have on the channel. I've done one for every single position, so that way if you have a team, you all can make those builds, have a really good comp team to start out with. If there's any adjustments you make to this build, leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.